So just when you thought that Meghan Markle was at the epitome of lowness when it comes to her fame whoring, this comes out. It's just unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it, so I wanted to comment on it. But I saw this little post on X from the Royal News Network, who watches the royalty up, down, and around, and has the royalty has seen the best of the best and probably the worst of the worst. I would say this was probably the worst of the worst that they've ever seen. So let's dive into this. So they say this so-called Duchess of Sussex, everyone, seriously, this type of classless, tacky behavior does damage to monarchy. Bring back dignity to the monarchy and strip the titles from this couple. Let them finally make it on their own without the titles in tow and see how they do. 100%. I think we're all in agreement with that. I saw this here. Yeah, people lining up to sign the petition to have their titles and LOS stripped from Harry, Meghan, and the children. 100%. If you're not going to be in the UK, you don't need the titles. It's the only thing that is tying them back to the royalty. If you want nothing to do with them, then have nothing to do with them. Like, go away, be in peace, and like the privacy that you so say you wanted. I also saw this picture here of Lady Di and Princess Catherine, and it just shows here the difference between class and not so much class. She always wanted to be Diana and always wanted to smell like her, feel like her, look like her, but it's that class is that inner. It's like sometimes people just have this inner beauty about them, and it's not something that is on the outside, it's just something that radiates from the inside out, and both those ladies have it. Princess Diana, of course, we all loved her. She just had this sense of style and grace, and you just could tell she had a really good heart, and I think Princess Catherine's the same. She's just the quiet, silent type. I think she's finding her own voice, but she is definitely 100% a class act. And I think that what Meghan doesn't understand is if you're a true monarchy, you believe in what the monarchy represents. You believe in the goodness of it. I don't think it has a lot of evilness to it anymore. I obviously could be wrong, but I think what they're really trying to do is be philanthropists and really bring good to charities, and even for the Britain to bring tourism there. And I just think being from a Commonwealth country, I've always just thought of the monarchy as being good. So when you see things like this, to me, this is the epitome of, you know, 100% that the queen is like turning over in her grave right now. She is 100% turning over in her grave. And every time she turns over, I think she punches Harry in the face. Like, I just can't believe that he brought this into the monarchy. A lot of people are speculating, like, I don't care or know where their marriage is at. However, I just don't think that I think that he's gotten in this so far that there's no way out for him at this point, and nor do I think he wants to lose his children, and who knows what's gonna happen to his children if they ever divorce, but it's just really scary. Someone this picture here and said, "Why does Harry look like he's like the Unabomber?" Which I thought was hilarious. It was hilarious that he it's like, is this what he's become? All of us that are old enough to know watched him grow up since he was a little boy. It's just craziness. But these are people you have to remember that wanted privacy. And now we have this. Like, if you want privacy, go and be private. To me, it's one of the most intimate moments that you can have in your family, between your spouse, your child, the child that's coming in. It's such a private, intimate time. I personally have had 4 children, and I was not twerking like this, with any of them, actually. Not one of them. I was able to do that, and just the baby bump alone is just, yeah. I'll have a look at it here. But yeah, her baby bump here, some people are saying, yeah, it's probably like a baby monitor on there, but I don't know, every time I got to the hospital, I gave out birth to all my kids in Scottsdale, Arizona, beautiful hospital. It was really, really nice. Had my own room, everything. But as soon as I got there, you go to triage. When you go to triage, they put you in a gown, and then they start, and a couple times, well, I think one time I went, it was a false alarm. But even when it was a false alarm, I got there, they put the monitors on, and you're in a gown, like right from the get-go. So I'm shocked that she's not in a gown. She's not hooked up to anything. And if you're that far along and you're ready there, have you not had any contractions? Because this song goes on for like a minute. And I'm thinking within that minute, you've had to, if you're not having zero contractions in that whole minute, like you're not going into labor. Like, they start counting down like, and if you're having like labor pains, like let's just say every minute, you're not in between the minutes that you're having like pains. You're not getting up to twerk. So I'm not sure what the hell's going on here. But anyways, it comes down to me is the privacy. If they really, really wanted privacy, they would just be quiet, go off and be on your own. I understand she wants to be successful in business. But this right here, like I was reading another post, it was someone from more of a business point of view, but it was like if you want to start a business and you want to be taken seriously, especially if you want to be taken seriously with, like fashion houses and bigger companies that want sponsorship and things like that. This is not really what they're looking for, I think. I think we all see this as a private moment. I think this, again, like I was saying, this is fame whoring at its best. But the fact that she sent this out, I just can't for the life of me. And, if my daughter was turning 4 and I was so proud of her and wanted to celebrate, I'd be sending out a picture of my daughter in the best form possible. Beautiful picture of her face, beautiful picture of her doing something that she loves. Even if she didn't wanna show her face, shows a picture of her doing something great that she loves to do, something about her. But again, this comes down to the narcissism. It's like, it's all about me. And it's my daughter's 4th birthday, but, I'm gonna send out pictures of me. Like I said, I don't hate them. However, I just don't understand. It's the hypocrisy I think that everybody is against. It's no one wants to hear the hypocrisy. Everybody wants, like, it's someone like when you have to try to be authentic, when you have to tell everybody I'm authentic and I'm real, it just 100% means that you're not authentic or real. This, I don't know who she's trying to portray, like, cater to. It's just not, I don't think the audience that she is going for with her brand and everything else is this video, and what it is not catering to those people that would be interested in that brand, if that makes any sense. So, anyways, guys, love to hear your thoughts. Like I said, I go back to this picture here. Um, Being a big monarchist, love the queen. This was disrespect at its highest level. These 2 things, like for the bowing to the queen, that again, the epitome of disrespect to the queen. But also, even if you did marry into that family and maybe you want to be out of the family, I think you still have to respect the monarchy, and that means not sending out videos like this. I think that's just a disrespect. Like I said, queen is flipping over in her grave 100,000,000%. That woman spent almost 100 years, with the monarchy, and, ever since she was, what, 20? So she was on the throne for 70 years, upholding, a stiff upper lip, class, elegancy. The woman always matched no matter what. The hat, the purse, like, she was just the epitome of style and grace, and it's just being not destroyed by this, but it's just like we just all gonna ignore it. It's just gotta, like, they need to sever the ties. I'm right here. I am with these guys here. I'm in line. I'm in the line. I'm like, "Yes, they need to strip them of their titles." There was a questionnaire, like, should William, when he gets on the throne, should he take away their titles? No, he shouldn't. Like, King Charles should be taking their titles away ASAP. I have no idea what, and I was gonna do some deep dive into that. I have no idea why they haven't already. I don't know if it's some kind of a constitutional thing. I have no idea what the attachment is. I heard it has to go through the parliament, but I'm not positive. But yeah, 100% they need to strip those titles immediately. Let them be on their own if that's what they want. And the fact that she puts HRH on her notes to everybody, it's just that she is milking this like to the nth degree, and it just needs to go away. So anyways, let me know your thoughts. Very interested. I say, like, hail to the monarchy, love them, love Catherine, and let's these people take away their titles. That's why I say take away their titles. If anybody has a counter argument as to why they shouldn't have their titles taken away, I'd love to hear it. So, like, please like, subscribe, share. I'm really interested in your comments. Thanks. Bye.